What's up, y'all? Welcome back, man. It's your boy D Friend.
Boy, be nearly.
We got emergency broadcast. Emergency broadcast. So I was gonna do my show today, but my boy Bryce called me up. He said, "Hey man, I can't wait till Saturday to talk about this discussion. So we got to get into it right away. We got to
Oh
get into it
man.
right now. So we doing this here, and we are also doing the verses on Wednesday. Beyonce versus Rihanna. Don't forget that. That's this
Yes,
Wednesday. Rihanna versus
sir.
Beyonce on the channel 9:30. I know we early today, so y'all like, damn, why y'all so early? Usually y'all 9 o'clock, but this ain't a regular day. So I feel like most of this is probably going to be centered around this conversation of Joe Rogan, Spotify, yada yada yada. Y'all know me. I've been talking about this shit for since it's happened, right? And I've got a little bit of pushback and people saying, oh, you care because you don't care because you're mixed. Well, hey, I brought my brother on. He's not mixed. So let's see what he got to say about the fucking
Hey man.
situation.
Hey, first of all, I
Since
think
I'm
it's crazy.
unqualified, I'm
I think
unqualified to
it's
talk about it.
crazy how people can slander you when you're not on the popular side of the opinion, bro. That's a wild statement. For us to be talking about somebody potentially being racist or prejudiced or bigoted, you made a bigoted statement by saying he can't have a valid opinion because he's mixed. That's a wild thing to say to somebody.
Or no,
Like,
it's more because it's like, oh, you're okay with it because you're half white. Like I got, like my brain is split in half. It's like my left side is white side, my right side is black side, and it's like, oh no, I'm thinking with my white side right now. Oh yeah, he can say it. And the thing about it is, I never like people say you're defending him. Like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to just like destroy? Like, I don't understand what you want me to do. Just because you feel a certain way about something, don't mean I gotta feel that same way about the word, the N word.
yeah.
I can say, as a white person, he should know he shouldn't say that, especially in the climates that we in. Even though it was a long time ago, but still, he shouldn't say it. I don't even like say it like that because it just sounds crazy. But I'm not. It's the part where I say I'm not going to kill him for it. I feel that makes people mad because you're defending it. You're opening up a lane for white supremacists to feel. White supremacists going to say the N word whether they want to, whether I say they can or not. They white supremacists. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They love the word, regardless if Joe Rogan say it or not. They gonna say it.
And where I start at, bro, when people say it don't matter about the context of things, like if
We're
that's
gonna get
what
to the
we're
context of
starting,
conversation.
if that's what we're starting that outrage at, then how can I ever argue anything? Because you don't care. You don't care. There's no context that matter. For people to say that is like it's just wild. I mean, like for me with Joe Rogan, like he never was like saying or calling somebody the nigga. Like he just never did that. Every time he used it, it was referring to like a joke that somebody was saying it, and he was like literally regurgitating the joke. And he don't like to say N word instead of saying the word because it's like beating around the bush. And I want to ask you, like, do you see a difference between someone saying the N word and actually saying the word?
I don't. As we talk about with language, like it's weird. It feels like a difference than when you just say. Excuse me. When you just say it.
But
Like,
no, not saying with the ER, just saying instead of them saying nigga, they say N word. Is that really like?
I mean, to people, I mean, I guess like
Because like if a white
we're
person
trained
said
that
you
way
N
to say it.
word, if a white
Oh,
person
you
called
still
me
gonna feel like, hey, you still
like
call me
that's
the
what
N
I'm
word.
like where do we like draw the line on like this is like it's a like it hurts our feelings. And then my next point would be just because someone uses a word doesn't mean that like they're bigoted or racist. Because I would like if I use the word faggot, that don't mean like I have some hate towards gay. I probably can't say that. I don't know if that gets like
I don't know what's gonna happen. We're
I don't
taking
know,
down
gag
now.
it. If I say the word gag it, like that don't mean I hate gay people. Most of the time I'm not even talking to a gay person or even referring to a gay person when I'm saying that. And it's the same with I mean nigger, like you can say the word and it not be like referring in a derogatory way. And I would say this to like this a black lady at Chili's was like, you acting like a nigger right now. And I'm like if she say nigga in any other context, I'm fine with it. But how she said it, I got offended because I know how she's using that word. Mexicans can say it all the time. Like no one like really. I don't like it that they say it because I'm like, why are you really saying it? But I don't say nothing because who cares? It's like I'm not dying on that battle. I got so much other shit to worry about than what a fucking Mexican can feel cool about. Like how they get to feel cool about being able to say the word.
Yeah.
But if a Mexican actually say like you're a bitch ass nigga, or like you like some like with the actual emphasis of the using the word in the negative context, just like that people be like,
That's
why
why
you
context matters. If you use it, it isn't like a guy in my comments. I think he be watching my channel a lot. Like I think his name's like the Gaming Goat or something like that. He was like, when you say with an A, you know, that's a term of endearment. When you say with an ER, no, it just matters how the context in the way you say it. If a white person, if a black, like you said, the black lady, if she say, "Man, you acting like a nigga right now," she's using that she's using that word, the negative connotation.
and I
She didn't
take
add the
offense to that.
ER. She said the A. So
Yeah.
context does matter. Now,
Yeah.
if we want to address like the Planet of the Apes shit, I think that was some dumb shit to say.
Can I add something
I think that
quick?
was some dumb shit to say. When he said the brain shit, people, you know, it sounded like he's saying like black people's brains um aren't as what am I trying to say? Aren't as developed or whatever as white people brains. That's some fucked up shit to say. I can address that without like I have my pitchfork in my hand.
Okay, I want to address the ape shit before we get to the brain shit.
The ER is
ape
always
shit,
different.
The ape shit is funny to me because it's like we've all been in the movies where it's a bunch of dumbass kids in and then they act like fucking baboons, like they're throwing shit, like they're shit. It might be a fight. Like, come on, bro. Like we've been in one of those movie theaters before, and for someone to take that leap and to make that joke instead of like beating around the bush, like, bro, most people are not gonna find it funny. But I feel like if he
I get
actually,
why people be mad. Like this is my thing with all
I
this is
don't.
I understand why people be mad. Like, oh, he's calling people apes. I get that. Like, I can't be up here and talk shit about Fresh and Fit for saying Shaniqua, LaQuisha, and not say that. Oh, Joe Rogan can just say whatever he wants. I get why people mad about it. Just like I got why
But
people's
like
mad about the
other
Fresh and
cultures
Fit
call
shit.
people apes and monkeys, and like it's not in the derogatory.
But
Like, and
I
it's like
guess
context
in
again.
American
Like, bro,
culture, I
it's
guess ape is like
I
the
get it,
word
but
used
it's
for black people.
context. Like I'm just tired of ignoring context, and like we look like hypocrites when we like get outraged on every little thing. Like, bro, let's not be the crying wolf or some shit like that or something like let's not do that. Like let's actually have bigger problems and focus on, and then it's like shit like this, bro. Like, but to me, the ape shit is not like it's not crazy because we've seen people, whether it's white people or whatever, like people being ignorant in the movies, bro, and you feel a certain type of way, like we say negative shit. Like we may be like these niggas acting crazy. Like we may even say that because they are. And for someone to be like they acting like monkeys, like bro, in the context that they acting crazy. Now if they was like, oh, they look like monkeys, they think like monkeys, like okay, and then we get in a deeper context. But I don't know.
When I was in middle school, the black kids would make clicking noises to imitate Africans. No one even thought it was offensive.
We made retarded sounds. We act like we were special. We did all these different type of things when we were young. Now I think it was just being funny. No one like would actually make no one logical or sane or rational would actually fuck over or mess with a kid like that. But like we could joke and play because it's funny. Even people that are relatives to these type of people joke with them and then also joke with other people. Like we see that in comedies and stuff like that, or stand-ups where people will talk about their family members and their family members will joke and laugh. We talk about 85 South Show, the nigga in the wheelchair. Like they had a fucking blast with him, and he probably that was the first time he probably ever been in the center of attention like that. But they was joking on him. It was fun. It was light. It's cool when it's done the right way. But you can try it. If it don't work, it don't work. But regardless, it ain't always got to look at it as something like horrible, like
Yeah.
because we do these different things. Like I said, we do dumb shit when we kids. We have fun when we're older, and we have different things that we talk about people. Like, bro, I feel a certain way about white people. I feel a certain way about other groups, and I know groups feel that way about us. Now, when actually interacting with these people, can we still be productive? Yeah. Like, bro, I've worked with people that I would know as racist, but when it comes to actually working together, they ain't never hold me. They ain't never do no wild shit. And that's fine with me, bro. We can work together. I don't care about your morals and principles because at the end of the day, I probably don't like you like that either. And I have my own feelings and stuff like that. But I think people get so caught up in this shit. But it's like, bro, a lot of these people don't have power over us. Like, and I don't think Joe Rogan's racist, so I'm not using him. He could have power if he was racist, but I don't think Joe Rogan's racist, so I'm leaving him out of this. But the average white person and shit like that you call racist, they're not even racist. Racist implies that you have a certain amount of power over someone. Those average people, bro, we either in the same class or higher class than them. Like what? I don't know. I just don't get caught up in that shit, bro. Not
I mean,
anymore.
that's how I feel. That's how I feel. But like, my thing is like, it's just weird to like get certain comments and shit because like, you would think in my videos I was like, Joe Rogan could continue to use the N word with the ER for the rest. Please call me the N word, Joe. Like, it's like, what are you talking about? I can address it. I understand why people be mad about a white person saying the N word. I'm never gonna like tell somebody, just like with the Kanye shit. Like, I'm not gonna tell Kanye he can't be mad about his daughter being on TikTok. I can't tell people
But
to not be mad at someone saying
let's
the N
be
word. If you
real.
offended, you offended. Just that I'm not offended by it, don't mean that I'm saying he could just say N word to anybody.
Hey, black people, I don't know. Are y'all still offended by white people saying the N word?
Yeah, what do you mean? The Joe Rogan shit going on. What do you mean are they still offended?
This is media driven outrage. They're pushing this agenda to get him out of here. But dude, like on a day-to-day average, like if a white person called you a nigga, like you're not gonna get like,
if someone called me like to my face, I'll be upset. Like if you like in my like, because we're like in a disrespectful like
I laugh at people. I laugh at the shit like that.
I'm not saying get mad to where you want to like fight them and like beat their ass. I'm saying like you be like, the fuck is it? You be like, what
bro,
the fuck?
I laugh at people like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just over it, but I laugh at people like that. I don't even see like that's what I'm like. It don't hurt me no more. Like that, like that's what you got for me, bro. Like that, it's just I don't know. I can get people still being hurt over it, but I guess my bigger point is media is pushing this like outrage. Like I don't really think black people are like up in arms. Do you? Do you really think? Do you really think the average black person is up in arms about Joe Rogan?
No, I think they don't even like. They're just like, huh? What happened? Oh, okay, and then they just go.
It's a few people on Twitter, bro.
I don't feel like it's like I don't think it's like an overwhelming like thing. I keep saying I think it's a part of a thing that's going on, right? COVID shit didn't work. What's the thing that we know could get people out of here? Race and racism. Black History Month. It's kind of like the perfect fucking storm. Get this going. Shit gonna go viral. Because let's be honest, like even with the Howard Stern shit, like people say, oh, well, Howard Stern's always been like that. I know that. I'm just showing you the hypocrisy.
That Howard Stern shit was wild.
The Howard Stern shit was way worse than like this shit. But I'm not comparing nigga. I'm not comparing saying nigga to nigga. But my point is, it's like we just pick and choose who we're gonna call to the stage. It's like the Howard
it's not
Stern
we
shit, not really
it though.
Well, I'm not saying us. Like whoever's putting it in front of everybody to be picked up. Like the girl you retweeted, like the Scotty Beam girl, right? You retweeted, you shared her thing. She said, like, is this what Spotify's paying for or something like that? And like she's implying that like that's what he's doing right now on his shows. It's like you'll post that, but you won't post the Howard Stern shit. And it's like because Howard Stern is now he's like I think it's because he's a COVID guy. He for the vaccines. If you don't get vaccines, you think you shouldn't be able to go to the hospital. Yada yada yada. This is like it's not your time. And to be honest, anybody who has talked for over the past 20 years, consistently talked about issues going on, you're gonna be able to find some from anybody, no matter who it is. Everybody, even whoever's the most media darling right now in media, maybe on CNN or whatever.
Shit,
you honestly, look back 20 years from now, 20 years to now, you're gonna find something on everybody.
Stephen
so my thing about like
it's so many people we see like they say wild shit all the time and they just get to be on air like because they still on the line, but
so
they can still fit so many other people. Like how I feel about Stephen A and his vaccine shit, or Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless talking about how Kyrie don't want to sacrifice for the for the team. I think that shit's so corny. And it's really nasty behavior to question someone's like free will on what they want to do with a vaccine. Like this is be common knowledge, but they're able to do this shit because they're on the right side of the fence. But that's some like wild ass shit to say. Like it's not racist, but like I don't know what you call it because it's two black men attacking each other. But not even two, just Kyrie just getting attacked for having his own opinion. That shit just wild. But these people are allowed to stay on, but whatever. Like I don't know. It's so many people that like outrageous. What Gail did with Kobe Bryant, I thought was very fucking distasteful. After he died, still trying to mention
the rape accusation or something like that.
Like it's shit nasty, but these type of people can stay around because they're not offending the wrong people. They're offending people that don't really have power or whatnot. they're not offending the higher ups.
I mean, I think just on social media, I don't know what you guys feel in the chat that are watching, but just social media, when I just I gauge shit. Like I posted, like I did a video where I was like, this how like how I felt like they was like using racism as a way to get him out of here because COVID shouldn't work. So like Shaq put up a post where he was like against mandates, like they shouldn't be forced. I went to the post. I was on like popular black blog site, Shade Room. Everybody in the chat or in the conversation was like, yes, go Shaq, go Shaq. See, they don't care about that shit. Racism shit. Okay, let's go over to the NDI repost. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. It's like it feels like a plan.
It is,
honestly, and we might not think so. Might just, this is just random. We just brought this up randomly, or we're just showing these videos randomly. And honestly, the Planet of the Apes shit, you know who the first person was to pull that Planet of the Apes shit out of their hat a couple years back? What? Alex Jones. When him and Joe Rogan was beefing, Alex Jones the one that pulled out that Planet of the Apes clip to try to fucking get on Joe. I was like, damn, Alex Jones, this is all your fucking fault, really.
Oh, man.
But just think about that, because I said that in another thing. I was like, think about the time it takes somebody
I remember
to find, like, Joe Rogan has 1,500 episodes, right? Or like something like that. You got to go through all these episodes to find where he says the N-word. These hours of long, like, you got to find one word. You can't, there's not a single person doing it. It's got to be an organization. Like, there's no way one person is finding every episode.
That'll find that shit. There are people on YouTube that like hate Joe Rogan, like, and has been posting shit like that for forever. Like,
well, okay, then there's somebody who ain't got no life, because ain't no way I'm over here to find all this damn information.
But I would say, like, the reason I care so much about this Joe Rogan topic, because it don't really have nothing to do with it.
He's asking the super chat before y'all started. Did it go through? I didn't see that.
I seen Vicky say something, but I didn't know what she was talking about.
Oh no, I see it's at the top. Salute Charles Edward Cheese, motherfucking producer of the show. It's not on my chat thing. It's not on my chat thing, but it's on YouTube. Salute to you, my dog. Salute to you.
You said the producer, yes. Co-founder, my nigga.
The producer. Oh, you want to cancel Joe Rogan? Fuck yeah, fuck Joe Rogan. Fuck Joe Rogan.
What a nigga.
Everybody delete Spotify. Delete Spotify.
See, the problem with,
don't listen to it.
See, the problem with Joe Rogan is
the problem with that thought process about white men is that they think they just get away with saying the N-word over and over and over again. But I'm tired of it now. It needs to stop. He needs to be canceled. And he needs to be replaced by, I don't know.
Black people. When are we going to stand up? When are we going to stop allowing these people to think negative of us? We've been fighting in society for so long.
And then we got all these Uncle Tom Coons fighting for him for his right to say. Bro, that shit funny as fuck. No, I ain't never been called these things in my life. Like, bro, when that person really told me that, like, he said the racist Republicans gonna love you. He said, I'm just like Candace Owens, Jesse Lee Peterson, Officer Tatum, the Hodge twins, Larry Elder, and
the twins. You said the
well, the Hodge twins are the conservative twins. That's what they are, but they're the Hodge twins. That's how I know them as. And bro, somebody else. I'm like, bro, how the fuck am I them people? I've criticized those people multiple times, but I think people aren't like people be having like one track mindsets. Like they be having like they only agree with this one thing forever and ever and ever. Like, bro, I have multiple. Like last week when everybody was mad about the people on the right was mad about the black Supreme Court shit, I was rocking with it. All them people, the Jesse Lee Petersons, the Candace Owens, the officers, they was like, we shouldn't do this. I was like, bro, fuck it. But people don't have multiple thoughts. Like people only think one way, and you can only be one way all the time. That's not how I rock. I look at every different situation as different situations, and I formulate my opinion, and that's how I go. But I don't know. They told me I was singing for my supper. Like, bro, what the fuck?
I've never heard that one.
Singing for my supper.
And these the same people that was mad at Fresh and Fit. But they'll say, wow, shit to black people when it's justified in they means.
Yeah, he stereotyped me as Uncle Tom. Like, I'm like,
and that's some wild shit to say to a black person. That's just like calling it a night rider, I guess you can say. Like, so, but people don't give a fuck when it's on their side. That's why I'm like, I don't give a fuck about people be throwing stones in the glass house proudly. But this is what I wanted to say about Rogan. The reason I care so much, I don't really care about the nigger shit. I know for a fact it ain't about that. Like they trying to get him out of here because he a threat to their power system and their paradigm. And niggas like him. If they able to strike him down, they hope that no one else is able to rise up like him again. They're gonna do their best to keep him from rising up like that again. So that's why I don't like that shit. Cause yeah, he may have fucked up and said some shit, but that's not even why y'all trying to go at him. And that's just wild to me. Cause it's like it really show how they think about black people, bro. Like they look at us like a guard dog, like a good loyal attack guard dog. Like you're not gonna think, you're just gonna do as I say and be loyal to me. Like, and it shows, bro. Like they'll throw, hey, this person's racist, attack them. We do it. Hey, believe in the LGBT, support that, move that on. We did that. Like whatever they need us to do, they come to us. Like when they struggle with getting some shit pushed, vaccines, let's attack the black community. Like we gotta focus on them first, because once they accept it, we're good. For whatever reasons, like I don't know their logic behind it, but they literally was pushing it. Like we got to get it to the black communities first. Like they literally, like we're more susceptible and all this different shit. But it's like they look at us like we don't think, especially them like the outraged liberals, and it shows, bro. Like how like as Simon says, like whatever they say y'all do, and it's like a snap of the finger, bro. And it's like, how do y'all not see this shit? It's disgusting, bro. But I don't know. I just know they don't look highly upon y'all because they know y'all not critical thinkers. Because if y'all was, they know it wouldn't be easy to get y'all outraged on dumb shit like that. But they don't think highly, and it shows. It shows very critically.
I mean, they just. I mean, that's pretty much. Like, Malcolm X said it himself. Like, if I can find that clip of I'm gonna try to find that clip because I want to play it.
Like how Hillary Clinton brought out the house. How Joe Biden does.
Well, I feel like with that house shit, people call that shit out. But my thing is, people will call her out for that, but they'll still vote for. They'll still vote for her.
And that's the crazy part. They know they can do this shit, and they'll still be like, "That's why they act like that." That type of black people act like loyal dogs, bro. No matter what you do, you can slap the dog, whatever. Like it's gonna come back to you because like it don't know nothing but obedience or whatnot. So when Joe Biden interviewing Cardi B, like that shows how little they think of us. Like when Joe Biden say you ain't black if you don't vote for me, like that shows how little they think of us. Like, and that's crazy to me that we just like, oh, still vote for him. Like when I had to argue with my mama, I'm like, oh, I don't know about no change anytime soon, buddy. not unless it's individual, but as this group whole collective, like, bro, I'm not buying into it, bro. Like, it just can't. Cause you see how, like, bro, as black people, bro, you see how different we are. You see how different we are. Like, even religions have many different denominations. Inside of white people, they got many different cultures. At this point, black people, we need to stop uniting and just build our separate factions and then work together like that. But us all coming together and acting like we're gonna figure it out like that way, I don't think it's gonna ever happen.
I mean, you could even see that. You could even see that when a black person, quote unquote, step out of line of the like. Look what happened with Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj said that vaccine make balls big. They immediately got to go out there, got to get out of here because they're scared that she's gonna influence black people. That's all that is. They scared if they lose that black like base or whatever the fuck, they'll be done forever. They'll be done forever.
Yeah, especially the liberals.
Like you can't forget this president saying that I'm gonna have these niggas voting for me for the next 60 years. They know it's a science to that's why it's called political science. They know what they're doing in these fucking things. They know what they're doing.
They keep you with no resources and then spoon feed you. Like it's
and I'm not saying like, oh, the Republicans are gonna do so much better. Like I never say that. Like I don't be like, oh, you don't want to vote for Democrats, vote for Republicans. Neither one of them really give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck, but they also don't invest as much into like welfare and stuff like that. Like, and they also don't rely on black vote. So they rely on other things to get their vote. Literally, the Democratic, whatever you call it, that's all they rely on. Like without the, like you said, without the black vote, they have nothing, bro. Like that's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
I want to play this real quick because this is talking about like how he's talking about how
they literally don't have nothing but bullshit. They don't
Or
stand
the
on nothing but
fox
like my bad.
acts
No, you good.
friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate. The wolf doesn't act friendly, and therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chopped in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that...
And I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro, who actually differs from the white conservative in the same way that the fox differs from the wolf. Their appetite is the same. Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ.
Today, you could point to a large number of Negro leaders who have consistently betrayed Negroes in a whole host of areas.
They aren't really Negro leaders. These are puppets that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals. These are parrots that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals. You can't name me a Negro leader who has been betrayed Negroes, who has not been endorsed, sanctioned, subsidized, and supported by the white liberals.
And that's where you get.
Damn, that wasn't even the one. That wasn't even the one I was looking for. There was one where he was talking about like the white liberals will use, pretty much like you were saying, they'll use black people as like a weapon when they need to. They like pull that weapon out their back pocket, like they know this is gonna, this is gonna help.
So it goes into this trope, the angry black woman. But let's be real, bro. Black people have anger. We're not allowed to voice it. We're not allowed to really show it because it's caused uncivil.
Yeah.
They know we have that anger and they use it and they misuse it. They don't ever address our real issues. They basically pander or just play around with the idea of like, they play with they know our plight, but they don't like actually like help it. They use him like, hey, yeah, guys, we know what you're going through. Hugs and kisses. We don't see no color. Black lives matter. With a very soft voice, like you just, we understand what you guys are going through.
We love you. We're here for you.
But the whole time they literally, like I said, I don't know if you've seen that. Still haven't seen that survey. Liberals literally talk down on us, bro. But and
it's like I think what he said and all that he just said. The perfect thing was like, whether it be a white conservative or white liberal, they all have the same goal in mind, which is power. They just have a different way to go about getting that power.
Yeah. Yeah. They take the soft approach. They take there's the bad cop and good cop. They take the good cop approach. And that's also simps. If y'all want to get a good definition.
No, we ain't getting to the simp and pimp. We ain't doing that again. We ain't getting into the simps to pimps.
I'm just saying. Same behavior,
and that be the conditioning as well. Because I think Democrats have done a great job of conditioning certain scenarios and things. So if you talk down on Democrats, they automatically think you're saying that you should vote or go to Republicans. I'm not saying you should go to either one. I think like a lot of people have said that, but you don't really hear from these black people who said, don't tie yourself to either party. Tie yourself to who the fuck actually going to produce for you. Don't matter who it is, as long as they produce for whatever you're trying to get. Because everybody's trying to get something. And if they're not producing for you, then because they produce it for somebody. When you and gut, they produce it for somebody, but they ain't producing for you.
And when he said the black leaders are liberal or produced by liberals and are basically paid, like you can't be on the stream of like mainstream media without going through their agenda. I mean, you can look at the Boule and how most black people that successful came from the Boule or some type of fraternity. I lost my point.
I don't know about the Boule. I don't know what that is. I mean, I've heard that term before.
I lost my point.
But yeah, it's just like it's a ploy. Like it's just a thing. Like, okay, that didn't work, so fuck it. Go after this. Go to this.
Oh, okay, I remember. But yeah, it's just like how in our liberal leaders, and it says like into like you still should go vote and stuff like that. A lot of our leaders say that to us, and I don't know why. Still, like no leader ever is going to be on your side, bro. Like at the end of the day, bro, a politician is bought out. Period, bro. And unless you're getting your money up to buy these politicians out, voting really don't matter. Like, can people gather enough knowledge.
That's why I like what Dr. Claude Anderson said. He said the first thing for black people is economics, because economics and politics go hand in hand. If black people got the money, then you can buy the politicians, then you do whatever. Then that's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying, like, they're working. When I said they're working for somebody, that's what I mean. You gotta have the money to buy them out to really get what you want. Because like the voting shit, you voted Biden in. What's Biden really doing?
Any leader that's telling you to still go vote, bro, like he said, I feel like not really a leader. Like, I'm dead ass, bro. They don't have the foresight of saying this system is not ran through voting, bro. I'm sorry. Like, what's these fucking civilizations we had in America? Was it not Utah? Oklahoma, Tulsa, and a few others that we had. We didn't have to use their systems to vote in. We was building our own shit. We may have had a voting system in our shit, but we didn't need to go vote when we was building our
like Wall Street.
Yeah, and all these different, and Tulsa and different things like that. How we had we wasn't really voting we couldn't vote, but even then it was irrelevant because we were doing our own shit. Not into integration that was ever it was into integration when we got that program and like you have to vote to find change. Like, but let's be real, bro. We don't need that type of system. We need money right now because like you got to use their resources. We need resources inside of their system, but voting is not one of them, bro. I'm sorry. Like, and I'm just tired of hearing people say that. But
I think politicians use voting as like voting blocks. Like, okay, hey, let's allow this group to vote because we think they'll vote for us. That's why they think that if they let illegal immigrants vote, that if Democrats didn't think that illegal immigrants were going to vote for them, they wouldn't be pushing for them to vote. Let's keep it a buck. Yeah. If they thought that every illegal immigrant was going to come in and vote for someone like Donald Trump, they would not be pushing for them to vote. They want them to vote because they assume that if we allow them to vote, they're going to vote for us. Let's just keep it a buck. That's what it is.
But that's it's their move so much nastier than Republicans because like that's literally how they operate. Let's scheme and maneuver our way into like getting it, and not instead of actually having shit that we actually
like good ideas.
On. Like, and that's so trash, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't see how people don't see that. Like, I'm not. I say I'm a genius, but not when it comes to these type of aspects. I think these things are plain to see. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like. What have the Democratic Party done for black people? What did Obama do for black people besides put people in slavery in Libya and kill Umar Gaddafi? But what not? What has he really done for black people? The healthcare shit made shit worse for people. Like, they got rid of that shit as soon as that shit was over. It was taxing people that didn't have insurance, like, because most people black that can't afford insurance. Like, so I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, what did fucking what's the black president before Obama?
A black president?
They joking. Clinton? What did he do for us besides help mass incarceration with his wife? Like, how do we not see this
mass
shit?
Incarceration.
Like, it's a long list of this shit, bro. Like, Republicans, they have their issues and shit like that, but come on, bro. Democrats have no history of actually doing something for us. Like, I'm sorry. It's crazy.
Hence why we have men and women's sports, because the liberals don't stand for anything. I like conservatives, they believe in the family structure. They advocate for homeschooling so the government won't try to diagnose your children. Law and order. I mean, I don't know, man. The Joe Rogan shit, it just ties into a lot of shit. It just seems like a maneuver. It seems like another maneuver. That's what it looks like. Another maneuver. They deleted, or it said he actually deleted 70 episodes from his podcast. Like, he told Spotify, hey, let's delete these 70 episodes.
Like,
so they deleted these 70 episodes. And, you know,
he already kind of started to censor himself and like slow down on how he'll like be aggressive on certain topics. I hope he don't start censoring himself more. And then let's play with the idea that he actually get canceled. That's a crazy world. That Joe Rogan doesn't exist on main platforms anymore.
He got to make his own like internet, like kind of like Alex Jones had to make his own internet thing.
I gotta see how the internet's moving after that. Obviously, people gonna keep using YouTube and shit like that, but like, bro, it would have to be like the market for wanting like an alternate platform besides these ones that's running by these streams will have to start to be like a thing. Like, it's like at that point. Come on,
like I had one guy who was like, what do you keep saying? Why do you keep saying I'm saying this? Because if they take him down, they can take me down. You don't say anything controversial. You don't. Who is they? I'm like, bro, what do you mean? They take people out all the time. bro, there's so many things I be want to talk about on here that I don't talk about because I feel like it'll like fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so much shit that I do not talk about.
It just
Because I'm
shows
like, I ain't even gonna get
people
into it.
lack of
I'm good.
understanding. I don't know if people didn't read enough, didn't study philosophy, didn't get enough like read enough, watch enough movies. Because even in movies, there's be a lot of wisdom on how you should move. Like, I don't know, bro. I just like to think.
You think twice about shit you about to say, oh, should I say that? Like, even like she just brought up, well, she brought up the transgender swimmer thing. It's like, it's like you gotta in the end, I just want to talk, but like you gotta say it in the most polite, nice ways. Like I'm not saying be mean about it, but like you gotta kind of tiptoe. Oh, I can't say that word, or
How
oh
people
fuck, I did
don't
this.
how you don't realize like the goalpost is continually being moved on what's like controversial or wrong. Like you like people like are you not seeing that? Like it's gonna keep expanding to a point where nigga you really can't say nothing outside of the lines of black and white. Like anything like I don't get how people don't see that. Like, yeah, my time right now I'm not getting counseled, but soon as they talking about male rights and shit and I want to speak against that, like I'm counseled. Soon as they want to push some other type of mandates or like something I don't like, I'm counseled. And it's easy now because all the big people get counseled. So what am I? I don't get how people don't understand the slippery slope of it. Like
Obama never did anything for us blacks, so he's a huge disgrace and he should not be in Black History Month. He never supported us. The only supported gay marriage because he's a snake. See, I wasn't even into politics back then when Obama was president. So I don't even really know what the fuck was going on.
He wasn't shit.
I think it's the symbolism is I like that. It's like I like the symbolism of a black Supreme Court justice, but like I don't a black woman Supreme Court justice. But I don't. It's like you said. I don't like how we pick and choose shit because it's like I was talking to Carla about this the other day. I was like, you got a lot of black people that don't. It's crazy that you got a lot of black people that do very successful things that don't get celebrated during Black History Month because they're on the side that they don't want black people to be on. Like for instance, right? If we'll celebrate like you'll celebrate like a Thurgood Marshall, right? Thurgood Marshall, he was a lawyer for the NAACP fund, whatever. He was like a high-ranking NAACP lawyer. He became the first black man to become a Supreme Court justice, right? After him is Clarence Thomas. I didn't hear about Clarence Thomas until fucking years and years after, because he's Republican. I don't know about the whole sexual assault shit with Anita Hill, but I feel like that's just an excuse people use not to talk about him. Nothing happened with that. We pick and choose on sexual assault cases as well. If you like the person, you don't like them, you're on their side, you're not. But it's like even a guy like even like thought leaders, right? As long as they're on a certain side, you can raise them up, right? Like a guy like I just bought this book by this guy named Thomas Sowell. Like he sounds like a smart motherfucker. He be breaking shit down eloquently when he talk, but he's on a certain side. We can't bring him up. We can't talk. You gotta really question when people vehemently do not want you to hear another person speak. Like, why don't you want me to hear this person speak? You really got to think about shit like that.
I and then I talk about slippery slope all the time. I guess they try to make it seem like everything's a slippery slope. Like, if this person not like a cult leader, like building the actual community, like actually like doing KKK type shit, like going out, like literally going to fuck over people, burning crosses in people's homes, harassing people, like I think it's a big difference between someone speaking their mind and then like actually building an organization. I think it's a long stride, but they try to make it seem like it's like a thin line, like, and I don't think it's that thin, if I'm being honest. Like,
and I think a lot of people digest things in clips. It's like I said, it's like with the Joe Rogan show. I was like, it's pretty much like you sat down a group of people who probably never watched Joe Rogan before and showed them your worst moments. And here, this is this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who this person is. Sit down, watch this clip of him doing the N-word, watch all these videos, and this is this person. We're not gonna show you nothing else he's done good, bad. We ain't gonna show you none of that. We're gonna show you everything that's bad about somebody you don't know nothing about. I can do that about anybody.
It just shows how dumb people are, though.
I can do that about literally anybody. I'm sure I can find things about Obama when he was against gay marriage. Y'all can say, yeah, he passed gay marriage. That's a political thing. But hey, he was against it. I can find anything about anybody and make them look bad. Well, it doesn't matter who it is.
That's the thing, though. Like, for me, what do you mean what happened, Koala? I just seen that.
I looked it up. I don't know. Just say he might not be coming back to the Clippers or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, That threw me off. That threw me all the way off. Yeah, that threw me off.
But it's like a thing. I just feel like they be using they use it as like it's like a political football. Like, hey, we're gonna do this. Throw that out there. That's what it is. I see someone that was like, they were like, and then it's also like, it's easy to do that when the people that are defending Joe Rogan are already people that people consider deplorable on the internet. Like, you got Jordan Peterson vehemently defending him, or like all these people defending him. So like, oh well, look at the guys who are defending him. They're pieces of shit too. Why?
Yeah.
Well, pieces of shit defend pieces of shit. We're the good guys. It's always a good versus evil thing.
It shows how dumb people are. Because like even with shit.
Oh, I'm talking about the dude on the show who used to look. He talking about Rob. He said Rob looked like Kawhi Leonard. Nah, my boy Rob, he cooling, man. That's he cooling.
That's crazy. I would have never knew that's who the fuck.
I would have never known what he's talking about. I looked up Kawhi Leonard on the internet like he died. Like, he died or something. What happened?
But I was saying like that's the thing about how you can know these people are stupid. Because when I heard like Obama and shit, I did research. I went to go look and find like credible things that like prove that. Like when people tell me certain things about people, I go actually look it up. Like when I found out about Epstein, or when I talk about certain politicians, like I ain't gonna say no names, high politicians, a name we kind of just mentioned on that ledger of the fight ledger, even seen on boats going there, if we're not mistaken.
Oh, going to Epstein Island? You talking about Bill Clinton? All these people. Bill Clinton.
A bunch of niggas we just mentioned.
Gates,
a bunch, almost all the politician names that I mentioned in this podcast. I'm not gonna say it right now.
And then think about it like this. Think about this.
Every politician
think about this. This is exactly what we're talking about. It depends on what side you on. Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, flying with him. But the only person they try to use Epstein against is Trump. Think about that. The only person they try to use Epstein against is Trump, because he's not on your side. That is clear, plain cut, where you can see that some people get the pass, some people don't. As long as you are on this side, you'll get the pass.
The fucking pedophile ring, my nigga. Like, we ain't talking about Astroworld. Like, this is some wild shit, bro. Like, what? Oh my god.
They had a pedophile island that they was flying out to.
On the bro, I went through. I bro, it's a ledger about I think 30 to.
Chrissy Teigen was on the ledger.
It was like 30 to
Allegedly.
80 pages. It was a lot of pages, bro. I was going through everything. Bro, I did research. When I went to go make videos on this shit, I had proof and I found things. Like, but people would like take highlights and be like, "That's my thought process on the whole topic." Like, that's not how you do research, bro. Like school did. Like you can't even blame school on that, bro. They told us how to go do research and write a summary and a detailed analysis on what you think. But to do that, go through credible research. Just don't go on Google. Like they literally told us this back in the day. If you want to have solid and logical points,
that's why they say cite your sources, do this, do that.
Like, it's a legit reason for that, bro. Like
Chris Tucker was on the island. Chris, we gotta look at you, Chris Tuck. You was on the island.
A lot of niggas on that list. I was like, my God, boy. It was a lot of names on that list, boy.
I'm an island boy. Just
a lot of names on that list.
We got black
people, a lot of politicians, a lot of celebrities, bro. It was. I was surprised because
the prince right now, they done dropped him of his duties in UK because being tied to some Epstein shit. Y'all think he the only one that, you know what I'm saying? You think when Ghislaine Maxwell was up there, they were all in positive and clenching their ass? She's like, oh fuck, it's about to drop.
Hill pedophile. It was a girl. It's so many different pedophile rings that they found. It was a lady, and I think she was on like One Tree Hill or like Seven Heaven or some shit back in the day.
Oh, she was probably like a cult thing, right?
I don't remember, but she had a whole pedophile ring in Mexico or New Mexico, about 30 to 40 children, and she had another base as well. Like, bro, these celebrities be heavily tied into this shit. Like, what's that dude name? Ganafikis or some shit. He's a comedian.
Zach Galifianakis?
Not that dude. It was he did the shit where he talked about Epstein and they all laughed. And when wasn't the Grammys, but it was one of the Emmys or some like heavy, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Probably the
whatever that
Oscars,
was.
the Emmys. Or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
And
yeah.
he basically made an Epstein joke, and everybody laughed like, bro, this a
Oh, you talking about
whole.
Ricky Gervais?
Thank you. I knew it was some of the G. Ricky Gervais. Yeah, bro. Can we play that?
Ricky
Can we play
Gervais.
Ricky Gervais? The fact that like this is a Hollywood culture that laughed at this joke because it resonates with their community. Like, bro, we don't understand the evils of these people that we be dealing with, bro. And that's why I'm like, oh, we canceling Joe Rogan because he said with the ER. Fuck out of here, bro.
You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right.
Come on, bro. Like when we talk about Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, they have these behind the scenes.
Please don't bring that shit up.
They have this behind the scene knowledge before we know it's the public, bro. And these niggas be knowing, bro. Like nigga Ricky Gervais ain't just pulling it out his ass, my nigga. Like to say that on a live stage and get a response like that, come on, bro. Like he said something right before that, like, oh, he didn't kill himself. They chuckled. Then they said, I know he's y'all friend. And they really laugh. Like, come on, bro. Like, think about the psychology of why people laugh. They have to resonate with it. Like, let's be real. Or not, it wouldn't be funny. Like, come on, bro. Like, this, like, we live in there's some sick ass individuals in this motherfucking society that we have that we call so-called leaders and celebrities and politicians, bro. And it's disgusting. I was just gonna like briefly mention it. Catholic Church probably ain't, he said biggest ring, but so I don't know about the ring part of it. Pretty sure they do got a big ass ring. I was like, yeah, they just like the Catholic Church. I was about to say they don't shit. They probably ain't shitting on them because I think what they probably took what the Catholic Church did times a million, goddamn.
Seems like motherfuckers start liking little kid butts after getting 100 mil. All these damn all boys.
You got some funny ass niggas.
He said they get 100 million off these kid butts. But
piece of gay, man. There's so much shit, bro. Like, and that was shit that was going on in the White House, my nigga. Like, this shit was going on.
I don't know too much about that piece gay shit. Look a little, I don't know.
Oh, but,
I know Alex Jones brought it up.
Joe Rogan
he ended up saying that it was a lie. Or he ended up saying like it wasn't true or some shit.
No.
I don't know, but that piece of gay shit get you off. See, that's what they still get you cut off YouTube. I don't know that. I don't know
my bad. I won't say the language, but I will give you some facts.
Because what I saw from is like, oh, Obama wanted like 1,000 hot dogs, and people attribute that 1,000 hot dogs mean like 1,000.
No, but they literally have things that said like Joe Rogan read it off WikiLeaks, the official leaks of the emails. There will be kids in the hot tub. They weren't even using code on that one.
Oh, see, I ain't seen that. I cannot confirm nor deny. I haven't seen that. I was
watching it on Joe Rogan. I don't remember which one what episode it was, but I literally was just watching it when they was talking about it. And they literally was reading it off. He was like, are these real emails? Are these the official emails? Like he was like hammering it down. Is this the official email?
That's the thing too about Joe Rogan. People don't act like he don't ask, like he don't want to confirm shit. Like, hey, is this real? Is that like is this? Like he just let people go on his show and say anything without him like asking a more in-depth question after that. Like, okay, where'd you get that from? Like he had a guy on the tracks you and how they do these things. He's like, okay, how do you know that? How does this go? And then the guy, because some people just say something, but he wants you to expound on the details you found, where you found it. So if people want to go look it up, they can go look it up themselves. They just got to be like, oh, he said it, so that's fact.
Yeah,
that's why it just don't make sense to where like this narrative.
I think counseling him hurts us way more than it benefits us. At the end of the day, bro, counseling someone like that for this reason and the power grabs they're really trying to do is way more dangerous than actually.
Because I think all these people that come on that speak against like government, what other platform would they go on if not him?
That's interesting enough.
That's big enough as that has the platform that he has. Like maybe they'll start going. Who would be the next person that brings on people like that? I would say maybe
hour-long conversations that draw fans that actually come on, bro. You can't get that. Joe Rogan got something special. Capitalized on it, bro. It's not gonna be easy to do. Like
Yeah.
He drew a eclectic, loyal fan base, and it got bigger and bigger over time, bro. But it's not easy for someone to do 2-3 hour podcasts based on nothing but information alone. Like, he does have some fun podcasts. Don't get it twisted with having Joey Diaz and
They
Eddie
try to get him out there with Joey Diaz. Because they was laughing about he was like, look at Joe Rogan laughing at his guests talk about sexual assault. Because he said he had a female comic suck his dick for a spot or some shit like that. Like, look at him laughing at sexual assault so open and brazenly.
Yeah.
Oh no! In the this they did too. In the Planet of the Apes clip, they how they write on the word, they write on clips, like they try to lead your eyes places. They was like, look at his guest move away out of the camera after he says that. Like, Joey Diaz probably hasn't said way more offensive shit than Joe Rogan. Like, Joey Diaz somehow.
I'm pretty sure Joey Diaz have said the N-word.
Bro, I know he has.
If I'm not mistaken,
I know, but
bro, I have white friends.
But he's Mexican. He's Puerto Rican.
I don't care, bro. I don't care. I don't care. Like, they don't. Blake have said it, but he haven't. I shouldn't say what he said. People try to cancel my nigga, and I allow him to. Shit. Like, God damn, bro. God damn. I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. We know the word is cool. We know people want to use it for fun terms. Now, if people want to be assholes and use it, okay, bro. It'll come out. Like when Justin Bieber did it. Like,
yeah, why artists not taking off their music for that? He was harmonizing with that motherfucker,
and he was like, he was actually saying shit that was demeaning, if I'm not mistaken, in the song. He literally had content. Like, bro, and no one canceled him, bro, and and he literally was trying to be negative, or actually was being negative, not just telling a story type shit.
One less lonely nigga. One less lonely nigga. One less lonely nigga. There's gonna be one less nigga. If I kill you, I'll be part of the KKK.
I never seen all this extra shit.
Oh, you never seen that?
No, I've seen him singing.
No, he had a whole bit.
Bro, I never seen.
Had a whole bit.
I never seen the KKK part.
Had a whole bit.
I've never seen the KKK part. I've seen him singing it, but I've never seen the KKK part, bro.
Bit.
That shit crazy.
A whole bit.
That shit crazy. But even with that, I don't want to cancel Justin Bieber. Like, bro, it's a dumb fucking like. But now Justin Bieber's cool.
I don't fuck
Justin
with
Bieber.
him, but...
Justin Bieber could be on. Justin Bieber could be on every black artist song. DJ Khaled fuck with him. That song that came out last year, everybody loved that. You ain't even I got body. I think that's the one. Was that one? I got body. The Essence song. I think he was on the remix of that. Like, he good. Y'all ain't canceling him. Y'all jamming him. That's our white boy. That's this. He talking about killing black people to go to the Ku Klux Klan. Like, bro, what are we talking about? That's my point. It's just that we can find something on everybody.
Hella confident, bro. Hella confident. That's probably still in him. Who told him that was wrong?
I've never seen the Ku Klux Klan part.
I seen it, bro.
I've never saw that part, bro. That shit is funny. Have you seen the Howard Stern one?
It's disgusting, nigga.
Oh, you seen it? Okay.
Shit. Play that shit. I don't know if your fans already seen it. That's
I think some of them have seen it. I think some of them. Like I said, someone was like, "Oh, you're being hypocritical."
Damn, I'm getting embarrassed over here.
People say you're being hypocritical because you're using. I'm not even saying these people should be canceled. I'm just, when I'm showing these, it's to show that I could pull it up on anybody.
Hello.
What happened? What you do?
I had some black people problems. Living in the hood.
It says some black people problems. Hold on, I see something. Where's that at? I don't think they got it on here, bro.
That was a wild clip. You had it. How you find it?
I found it. It was on Twitter.
Oh.
But I gotta figure out, I gotta get on Twitter and look all that shit up and do that. But like I said, my point with all that shit being is that Like they found a thing in the rock saying the word tranny. Like, bro, we can find anything and bring it up on anybody. Bring anybody up on court of public opinion charges.
I want to come to like a collective thought with the chat with you. Like, do we get offended for someone just saying something wild? Like, I mean, do we just not personally fuck with them, or like they have to be counseled? Like, to what standard do we like they're adding to the racism? You know what I mean? Because I want to know. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, I'm sure racist people will watch some shit like that. I'm pretty sure racist people got that on some DVD in the back of their basement or some shit.
Yeah.
So I'm, but they're going to be racist regardless. Like, there's always going to be bigoted people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they placate to that and like pander to that, but I don't think it really changes anything. So do we focus on that as like black people or like people in general? I don't know. Like, I feel like
I care more about people's actions. I care like when people really trying to like. That's what I care about. I care about actions.
See what it's a touchy thing. So no. So the problem with a person like who we talking about, Howard Stern?
Yeah,
I think he should be counseled, he should have been counseled back then. Obviously, they were rocking with that shit back then. Because he's a journalist. He's a journalist.
You want me to play it real quick? Here it is.
Yeah.
Shit off. Besides, Whoopi done wrote everything I'm going to say here tonight, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga?
I didn't write that.
Well, you is a smelly nigga. I got some more jokes for your New Year's Eve party there.
You're not tired of this.
And don't be racially offended, because Whoopi done wrote them for me, okay? Here we go.
Go ahead.
Black hole.
Black hole.
You're going to love this. Hey, look at that. What do I loves most about the Whoopi?
Oh,
yeah.
That sure has great timing.
Hey, Robin, what does you call a black rocket scientist?
I don't know,
A
Ted.
nigga. Whoopi wrote it. Whoopi wrote it. Hey, did you happen to notice this?
No, what
this
is
here
that?
is my mother, Mama dancing. Why, she done working blackface too.
She must be very proud.
Yeah.
Now I know you really love me, Ted. You the man.
I tell you, you the man. What done happened to Sherman?
The nigga on Good Times?
I don't know who that is.
That's the nigga on Good Times.
You sure?
But
I don't know who that is. I was wondering who that was.
Good Times with Lil JJ. It's the other one. Fuck, y'all give me black sitcoms back in the day. The Jeffersons. He's the Jeffersons. That's the dude from the Jeffersons.
Blackface clip.
That's who it looks like.
Oh, whoever Sherman Hemsley is. Oh, someone commented that they said Sherman
that is
Hemsley.
him, Sherman Hemsley. That's the dude from fucking Good Time. I mean, the Jeffersons.
Oh, look, he just there like, fuck it. Like, hey, we here. And I'm the Uncle Tom?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I think he should get counseled because he's a journalist and, like, obviously, bro, like.
Well, he's a shock jock. He's not really a journalist. He's like an entertainment.
So if he's a shock jock, if he's a troll, then that's his lane. Like, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what he's probably said way more offensive shit than that, I'm sure. And also, I wouldn't hold that against him because I know at the times, they was all rocking with that shit. Like, it looks bad. It looks very bad. No, it's bad. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm not saying it's good. But, I mean, y'all didn't see fit to get his ass off the air back then. I can't even do shit about it now.
Black people didn't have a voice back then.
Well, I mean, obviously not. They got the black man sitting right next to him. I don't understand why the black man is in black. Well, he in blackface too. You already black. I guess it was to over exaggerate. I don't know. That shit. That Howard Stern shit was crazy.
Yeah, like I just want to know, like, what should we really be like? That person's like actually like dangerous to us, like. Because obviously, someone making a joke, that's not necessarily dangerous to our community. Like, that's what I want to make how to differentiate what we really like attacking in a sense. Because I'm not sure.
Yeah. What the fuck happened to your camera?
Oh shit, I don't know.
All right, I felt awkward just sitting here by myself talking.
I didn't even notice.
But yeah, that's your wild. But my point in showing all those is just like I said, bro. You can find shit on anybody. They had my boy Drake in in blackface. Push T had my boy Drake in full blackface.
Every last one of us. I want to say 98, 95%. We all have done or said some shit that was out of line. Probably
We probably still do
a lot.
in private. We still do.
A lot. I'm not saying like, I ain't gonna say a lot, but like over our lifespan, we've said some shit a lot.
And most
Like,
times it's in joke, and it's like in joking. Like
Yeah,
even Joe
of
Rogan
course.
saying the Planet of the Ape shit. I'm sure I've walked into somewhere before and been like, "Am I in fucking Chinatown?" I probably said that jokingly, just because a bunch of Asians around. I told the story in the podcast yesterday, right? But I'll tell it again just for if you didn't hear it. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I just thought it was funny. My sister had her fucking Asian friend over, and I don't know why I was doing Asian shit. I don't know why I was doing it. I thought it was funny, but it's probably very offensive. And my wife was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing?" I don't even know why I did it.
Do you that dude?
I don't know why I did it, but I did it. But that was when sorry. That's when I was young. I apologize to the Asian community. I
When
even
you
say
did
what
that,
this is a long time ago.
was it a dude or a girl?
It was a girl.
What are y'all talking about?
I don't even remember. That's the thing. I just remember Carla saying, "Why the fuck? What were you doing?
Were you drinking?
No."
You funny to the bitch.
It was just some dumb shit, but I was just fucking joking around, having a good laugh. Like we just fucking
But I mean, let's
joking.
be real. We've all said some colorist shit. All said some racist shit about a different race. We've all said maybe some even transgender. I may dare. We all have. We talk about our dark skinned friends. Our dark skinned friends call us light skinned, and we have so many. Like literally, it's a whole archetype of what a light skinned nigga is. Like we do that, and women you'll see be like, oh my god, like they only like light skinned women. They hate black women, and you may be valid on some aspects, but don't like act like we don't also joke like that as well. Like on both sides, like light skinned
everybody
girls,
likes to. Everybody
light
likes
skinned
to
girls want to be
pure.
dark skinned girls want to be light skinned. Like not seriously, just joking, of course. But and light skinned dudes get intimidated by dark skinned dudes. Dark skinned dudes get intimidated by light skinned dudes. Light skinned dudes think dark skinned niggas want to fight them. Dark skinned dudes think light skinned niggas gonna take their bitch. Like,
because that's what's been programmed.
But even then, it's not even a programming thing. It's just like we know how like our archetypes are. Like light skinned niggas do be acting a little, you know.
Yeah, but then you'll get a dude like in high school, like you probably I don't even know now, but you get a dude like Johnny. Johnny ain't light skinned, but like you gotta watch out for this motherfucker. He might get your girl if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
No. Dark skins will fuck your bitch, but light skin like men main problem with dark skinned men is like niggas want to fight or niggas think I'm like a coon. I'm not black. Like or like they'll treat you like that. Like, oh, this nigga like half black or like some shit like that. He don't really know what they go through. He gonna get a job in the office type shit. Like they have their prejudices against us, just like we could think about them in certain aspects. But yeah, I fuck your bitch, nigga. No, I would never. No, fuck no. I would never. Anybody, bitch. That's off limits. That's crazy. That's asinine. That's against the book of law.
The book of law.
Thou shalt not covet another man's wife.
But yeah, that's I just think that we should be more. Bro, look, I'm just looking at these things that are popping up now. Like, hold on. I'm reading something, my bad. Oh, okay. So this site called Rumble said like, "Hey Joe Rogan, if you ever need a place to go, we got 100 million reasons. 100 million reasons why." So Rumble's like someone's trying to become an alternate to YouTube.
I love
but right now it's
platform.
But right now it's just like, but see, the thing about that is now right now it's more of a conservative. Like most of the conservative people upload on there. But this way it's gonna be framed. They're gonna frame it as like, oh, this is it's like what they do. You name it something so people will be detracted from wanting to even go over there. Oh, that's a Republican site. That's conservative,
dangerous, bro.
dangerous lynch
label
mob.
stuff.
I think with all of Kwame Brown shit he be talking about, I think the one good thing, the one message that he be talking about that I vehemently agree with is that in order to get people not to fuck with you, they will label you. He said, when I was coming up, they was trying to label me a Trump supporter or this or that. I ain't even talked about Trump, and they was calling me a Trump supporter.
What is it, like silent speaking or like double, like silent, like
double talking,
undertone or some shit? Like even calling someone a conservative is a racist, right? Like that's crazy. Like we could use certain words and like it don't have to really like you don't have to say the ER no more. Like there's words how they demify you already. Like
I think it's like
leftist.
It's like what you say.
Like you look like an extremist or some shit like
yeah,
that.
you get you get this like exaggerated.
If you get labeled anything,
somebody.
bro, like it's almost like they're gonna put a negative connotation on it. When you look at the actual word, it's like, well, I mean, that's like not the representation of that word.
Yeah.
But that's what's weird to me. That's what's weird. We're allowed to do that passive aggressive like speaking and have our undertones with these words that we mean, but like it's dangerous, bro. It's dangerous. Label you something and like now people just gonna instantly judge you off of that, and that's weird. It's weird.
It's like it's not a coincidence that Joe Rogan is being labeled as a Republican, like conservative. It's not a fucking thought in my mind. Why are they doing that? Because they know people aren't gonna want to fuck with that. Because when they hear Republican or they hear conservative, it's automatic like, oh yeah, fuck that shit. I'm
like you hear Trump.
It's radioactive. It's radioactive. It's like, oh, I'm not fucking with that. Oh, no, I'm good on that. Like, bro, the dude who was coming to me saying I was singing for my supper said that we know for a long time that Joe Rogan has been a right-wing racist. I'm like, bro, in 2020, he was talking about voting for Bernie Sanders. What are you talking about? Like, bro, what do you think? He was trying to vote for Bernie Sanders.
I don't know what about Joe Rogan actions as far as the podcast or like his shit that kind of showed that he's like this right-wing.
Because he bring people on that's right-wing. They don't want to hear them motherfuckers speak at all.
But there's so many other people that speak as well on his platform.
They don't care about them people. They only focus on people they focus on people that they want them to focus on. They won't say you bring up the guy from Scene, and they'll say, well, he brings on too many conservatives.
They don't like to think. That's their problem. They don't like bringing anybody on that thinks. Anybody that thinks is a conservative. That's what I'm getting at this point. If you're a thinker, you're a conservative. If you're not, you're a liberal. That's what I'm getting at this point, bro. Because Joe Rogan brings on all type of people, but the fact that Joe Rogan makes people think for themselves is the problem. That's the biggest problem with him. Well, what they have with him, and that's the like. You don't care about the Republican shit. You don't care about the Democratic shit. You hate the fact that he's making people think for themselves, and y'all are losing y'all power. You can't throw these hit pieces out anymore, and people just buy it.
Yeah, I just got an update. Spotify CEO Daniel Ek reveals that although he condemns Joe Rogan's repeated use of the N-word, the company has no plans of removing him from the platform. Instead, Ek has committed to an incremental investment of $100 million toward historically marginalized groups. So, okay, here we're gonna give the black community $100 million. Or I don't know who. I want to know who gets these funds. Where did money go? No, they lost the money. Black Lives Matter. They can't find the $60 million. Where'd they go?
Well, we know that, but they getting it.
But,
man. I like the move. I appreciate it, Spotify, because what I think as a black man that's not cooning that thinks for itself.
Well, no, they would say you. People say you are cooning.
I don't even fuck what people think. They're idiots.
If you're not denouncing him, you're cooning. You singing for your supper right now.
Hey, you're an idiot. That's what I think about you. You don't think for yourself. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm sick of dumbass people, bro. Like, I'm calling it out. I'm calling it out. People clearly don't think for themselves. Clearly get outraged. You niggas get outraged whenever they say to. But never, like, my biggest problem with people, the causes they choose are never real causes. Like, you niggas don't stand up against government. You niggas don't stand up against the banks. You niggas not gonna stand up against corporations. But y'all be like, let's save the whales. global warming, shit that you really can't change. Ain't nobody about to change nothing in the plastic unless you're a fucking engineer scientist. You tweeting about it now, ain't nobody. Niggas still manufacturing plastic out the ass. You ain't got no saying that. That cause that you say you care about, you ain't doing shit. You just on a high horse. And that's my thing with most people. Like, bro, you niggas ain't really like talking about the big problems. Y'all pick these subtle bullshit, really don't really have nothing to do with anything, and think it's something to be proud of. And that'd be my problem. That'd be my biggest problem with this shit. Like, you niggas really think this is something that's gonna change racism? No. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you gotta change systems. You gotta change structures. That's the real problem with racism. Like, it ain't Joe Rogan, my nigga. Like,
it's just one of those things. Like, social media is driven off of, and I'm not saying there's probably people in real life that's upset, but like, I feel like a lot of people who dive into it, people who don't really care.
Why
and they want, I don't know, they're just the word triggers them. But
in 2022,
yeah,
like, bro, my niggas are dressing like women. We got so many other problems to worry about. I don't care about ERs anymore. The black community has so many other problems to worry about, bro.
This is the thing too. Look at this. I'm talking about this. And people get mad when I talk about shit like this because they're like, "Oh, you speaking." I think this is that guy meant when I said I'm slamming black people. I think this is what he was talking about. Because I was saying, like, it's funny how, like, certain people and certain words. All right. You know what? I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. Bryce, talk to the people. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll be like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. And then I'm gonna tell you what my point was from yesterday.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Don't get too wild. Just get, do your tamed, like, if you got, we'll talk about something, do it like on a, on a PC YouTube level. We got to censor ourselves now. I don't know what the fuck he about to talk about, but I just got to let her, hey, just, take it down a little bit.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say really. Like I said earlier, man, this PC culture trash. That's what they call it, authoritarianism, government. It's like, when you look at history or you look at like political science and shit, like, there's a clear like labeling and the definitions of what like certain governments or what certain like groups and organizations, like, how they move. Like, we be seeing these behaviors clear as day, but like, it's clear that our education just not up or is as sharp to recognize like these behaviors are like products of basically, to just be simple about it, like dictatorship type shit. Like, I don't want to get in, because like when you get into all the different forms of it's so many different forms and different ways of how like governments choose to like capitalize on people. Like, I don't like socialism and shit like that. I don't like getting into those definitions because it's like, it's so broad sometimes, but like, it's clear as day to see what these people are doing. These corporations, like, shit, you can say YouTube, that's a part of the censorship. Facebook, they do a big thing on censorship. Obviously, Twitter, all the social media platforms are at this point just as bad as the governments and shit like that, because they're contributing to censorship. And that shit's so dangerous. Like, we talk about these politicians and like how they try to take away our rights and shit like that. Like, I feel it's just as wrong when corporations get to be like, they can ignore the Constitution. Obviously, these politicians and cops and shit like that been ignoring the Constitution. A cop would be like, fuck the Constitution in front of your face. Like, they'll literally say that to you. Well, the fact that the corporations don't even have to even, like, that's not even in the law that they even have to abide by. So there's no laws even put in place for them to be checked with certain things like that. And I think that shit's so dangerous. Like, how they have so much power, but since they're like in this gray area in time right now, and like they're still kind of fresh when you think about social media power, like, they have a lot of fucking influence, bro. We talk about CNN being dangerous and Fox News being dangerous. I mean, if we look at YouTube and how it's heading and how they able to counsel people, like, if Joe Rogan gets counsel, bro, like, it's dangerous, bro. But obviously, I'm not even gonna give Spotify too much props, Because it's like if the money was the other way, Joe Rogan would be canceled. So it's like I give him props for standing up with Joe Rogan, but he really only standing up for the money, and that's what's
Who?
like Spotify.
Oh,
So it's like I want to give them props, but when we think about it, if the money was on the other side, like there was more money, they were potentially losing versus keeping Joe Rogan, like they would have canceled him, even though he may have still been right. So I want to give them credit for that, but I know that's really a money thing and not an actual political thing. And it's like they'll disguise it. Like it's almost like how they talk about Abraham Lincoln. They'll disguise freeing the slaves. Like, oh, he did something great, but he really only did that as a war tactic. He wouldn't have did it if he had another.
He would have did it if they would have just came back.
Exactly. So it's like, but they like kill two birds in one stone. It's like I'm gonna do this and look like a hero, even though I don't want to. But I'm also like, I got this other thing. So that's what be so dangerous. Like they can disguise like real intentions on like why they really moving. And if you're not smart, you can't see, or you don't think for yourself, or not a critical thinker, which was one of the important classes in school, or lessons in school, bro. Like if you can't be a critical thinker, bro, this shit gonna go right over your head. But it's clear as day to see.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, the same thing with Netflix. Like the money. Then you go back to the people because we technically supporting the real shit. The market is truly speaking. That's technically a salute to the people. Technically. But even with Dave Chappelle and Netflix, like they if the money was on the other side, if the people really wanted, if it was more people saying, hey, we're gonna pull this money, then people supporting, they would have pulled them too. So it's like I give you a respect to some point, but I guess the real respect goes to the people that supporting these type of people. Because their money is talking way louder than these politics. That's the shit that matters, bro. We talk about voting. You can't vote for Joe Rogan to stay on YouTube or Spotify. We can't do shit like that. They're like, money is what speaks. What money is what really makes shit happen, bro. That's what people respect. I'm sorry. There's other things that people respect, like war or like oil and shit like that, but we don't have that. So the next best close thing to oil is that green or some form of currency that we could get our hand on efficiently, then gather other resources and gather more power and stuff like that. But yeah, man. Shout out to the people for supporting the real shit.
But yeah, I was just talking about like how it's kind of what Dave Chappelle says, like, bro, y'all will go crazy over certain shit, but like the baby says, hey, if you ain't got AIDS, put your motherfucking lighters in the air, cancel, drop from festivals, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But these rappers be like, not even like rappers that vaguely, like just artistically rap about murder, right? That are just like throwing it out there, just like, hey, I see my op on the block, da da da, whatever. Come on, like actually mocking people who have been murdered.
It's different than telling a
and
story.
We can find those cases, like it's different telling a story than actually like, hey, Lil Gerald got shot here. Like I always bring up the Fulio shit, like naming these actual people, and we can find these actual cases. I would think it's for black people, the detriment would be him and his people than a Joe Rogan. But then people would tell me, well, that's an Uncle Tom talking point because you really got to look at the circumstances that create those things. And I get that shit. But regardless, he's still being paid to promote like black death, really.
One of the biggest circumstances that create that shit is your money and you supporting it. If you didn't support it, the industry wouldn't push it into the artist, and the artist wouldn't be like, I guess I should do it. So it starts with the money. That's the biggest problem. So the people that call you Uncle Tom and Supper Time and shit like that, they probably advocate for that type of music with no thought about it. And it's like, well, look at your hypocrisies in life. Like I said, throwing rocks from a glass house.
Like you think it's a coincidence that as Brooklyn drill music is on the rise, we're seeing a bunch of Brooklyn murders and like all like it's not a coincidence these things are happening.
And people support it blatant.
That shit is rewarded. Like, bro, it's the corporations reward shit like that. Like a 6ix9ine, they probably love that shit. These corporations and the government are going to push the same censorship on speech information as China and other countries and convince the U.S. citizens that it is for their own good.
So they've been like, when I go back through history, because like not even like recent history, I looked at like Patrice O'Neal when they were trying to cancel somebody. It's the council culture been around for a minute. We just kind of hip to it right now because it's like a new phenomenon. They've been trying to get niggas out of here, bro. So No, they have been trying to do it like China and other countries, but it's something about I don't even know. I bet the Chinese people in other countries fight back with their own ways of getting knowledge, backdoor or whatnot. What do you call it? Underground, mainstream, or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. What do you call it? I forgot what you call
backdoor
it.
information. Or what do you mean?
I forgot. It's literally a name for that type of like radio.
Oh, you talking about? I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking
Alternate,
about.
whatever.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called though.
But I'm sure those other countries have it, but it don't get out to us knowing. But yeah, I'm starting to notice that they keep trying to push this shit, but they ultimately only can go so far with it, bro. It's only so far they can like make people scared of things, and then they have to like reamp it and change it up to another topic. That's what I'm starting to realize.
I saw one person that was like, "Do y'all think that this this push for Joe Rogan isn't even about COVID? It's about right now we're in an election cycle, and they fear of his platform swaying elections."
It's a bunch of different reasons to get. It's so many reasons they want to get rid of Joe Rogan. So many reasons.
Yeah, like I seen a lady, she posted like in the midst of this racism thing, she was promoting her like Washington Post article, and it was like why Joe Rogan's COVID misinformation is so dangerous, and she brought up the fact that her friend of however many years just died of COVID, but I'm like, because he didn't want to get vaccinated, and then she went, and then later on in the article she states, well, I don't know if my friend ever actually listened to Joe Rogan, but you can see why him saying those things. It's like, bro, what? Your friend died from COVID, and your correlation is well, because Joe Rogan says this. My friend died. I don't know if he listened to Joe Rogan or not, but still, some people probably have, and they did die. It's like, no.
I guess because they don't think for themselves. They don't think other people can think for themselves. Is that what I'm getting at? Are you getting that?
That's what I feel like.
Because it's like, bro, what if I just on my own will like thought I don't want to do it? It had nothing to do with him. Like, what? Even if I may watch Joe Rogan or not, that's just something we both may agree on. But that don't mean like I was influenced by him.
Like I was. It's not. Like it's like you were sitting there. Like you sitting there. Like, okay. I'm thinking about getting the vaccine. I want to get it or I don't want to get it. Let me see what Joe has to say. Oh, Joe told me don't get it. Okay, that's how I feel like y'all think people did. Like Joe Rogan said don't get it, so yeah, I'm not gonna get it. Like,
but I think they're projecting subconsciously because that's how they act. They were told to do something, whether it's triple mask, pantyhose.
This is the thing right here. Let me show you. If it'll pop up.
People doing all type of shit.
Let me minimize you. Y'all got y'all on the Ted Cruz shit. I don't want y'all sharing that one. That shit's funny. Let me see. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Okay, here we go. So, this was the article, right? I'm disgusted by Joe Rogan's weak apology. My former colleague's death at 47 makes it worse. So Miguel Rodriguez to the right, a longtime sports reporter for the Buffalo News who died at COVID last week, seen here at a high school basketball game with fellow reporter Markel Slaughter in 2019. So I can say this because I'm a big guy. We know that being big is a statistically contributing factor to dying from COVID. Now I don't want to shit on this guy here because he didn't write this article, but he's a bigger individual, right? So he's more susceptible from dying from COVID, regardless of, you know what I'm saying? Either way it go. He's a bigger guy. But anyways,
died with COVID and not from COVID, but
yeah. Under fire for spreading COVID misinformation, Huge Pop Podcast, Joe Rogan recently offered something that's being described in some quarters as an apology. Oh, where's the part where she did all this? What I didn't hear from Rogan was any remorse for what he might have done to harm what he held forth about his own bogus belief that healthy young people don't need to get vaccinated. Or when he failed to challenge a guest who promised that the drug ivermectin would extinguish the virus altogether, or when he allowed another guest to spout theories about how Americans are essentially being hypnotized about COVID by the media and comparing the situation to Nazi Germany. I mean, the media has hypnotized people about COVID. Like, that's not even something to like bro, people now you can say what you're about to say.
And then like the fact that she like the dude that she was talking about wasn't a young man. So it's like, why bring that point up?
She put here, he was overweight and asthmatic. In other words, very much at risk, and he was unvaccinated.
What, like he said young healthy. So what, like how is that? Like he never even said I'm pretty sure he would have
Like,
advocated it.
how are you allowed to write articles like this? I don't know for sure whether getting vaccination and booster shots would have saved his life, and I have no idea whether he had ever listened to Joe Rogan's podcast or not. But what is his precise reasons for not getting vaccinated? She doesn't even know why her friend didn't get it if you listen to Rogan. But she makes an article around this, like that's the
You
reason.
know, people not gonna read that for her.
But I have talked to many of his coworkers and friends over the past week, briefly to his mother, and at some link to his father. What I've gleaned is that friends have been pushing him to get vaccinated for months, but that he and his family hadn't been convinced that it was wise or necessary. We were skeptical about the vaccine because it was so new. His father, John Davison, told me. Now, given all that has happened, and particularly because of his son's pre-existing conditions, he believes that was wrong. Miguel had been thinking seriously about getting an initial shot when he got sick in late December, his father said.
Stop
what is
right
that
there.
got
You
to
know
do
the
with
problem. The problem with her language is he believes he was wrong. He don't know that he was wrong though. See, that's the dangerous in this type of like language in journalism. Like there's dangerous journalists. Like they know what they're doing when they say he believes. They're trying to push a narrative, but he don't know for a fact because he don't.
Yeah.
Like if he could have got the vaccine, he could have ended up dying because getting the vaccine. You don't know though. He don't know. So what his beliefs are, I mean, that's up for assumption, and he's emotional. So that like you using that statement to try to prove a point, but he don't even know. So
Well, this is a woman.
Oh, my bad.
But anyway,
Well,
it doesn't matter.
no,
It doesn't matter. But I see what you're saying. It's like the way she's trying to like, it's just the way she's trying to mash these two things together is like, it's like, hey, oh, my mom, she died from cigarette smoking, but this person who I don't know if she listened to this broadcast. So he was saying he was promoting cigarettes, but maybe because he promoted, maybe that's why she kept smoking. It's like, bro, come on, bro. What she said is what a lot of people who don't get the vaccine said. Oh, it's a little bit early. I want to see what happens. That's what I thought. That's what most people say about it. Oh, it's a little early. Let me see what's going on with it.
So
Let me see.
after everything's happened, now you go back and like maybe he should have got it, but you don't know, and anybody could do that. But that's not a logical reason to write a
because we don't know what his pre-existing health conditions were that could have still led to him dying, even if he got COVID. Because he got the vaccine, like he might not die from COVID, but maybe him having high blood pressure and COVID with that would enhance his high blood pressure or whatever it would enhance his cardiac, whatever it would, that would lead to his death. Because I've seen people that are old that are vaccinated that still die because they're old. Now, is the numbers astronomical? No, but these people have pre-existing conditions that COVID will enhance, and they can still potentially die from those, even if vaccinated. So we don't really know here or there what would happen with this guy. But like I said, it's one of those attack articles that are like, hey, I'm gonna put this together, I'm gonna put this together, and I'm gonna try to. It's like I said, they're throwing out breadcrumbs. So hopefully people will come to a correlation that I want them to come through with these breadcrumbs.
But I think media like this only works for the people that's like a clear like nut job for like one side. You know what I mean? Like if you're in the middle, you don't really read these type of articles. I think these are articles people like that's super argumentative on the left or right side use to back their points in the argument. You know what I mean? But I don't think like the everyday person that's just like, you know, someone in the middle like reads articles like this. I think this is really for those nut jobs that just gotta prove their points, and they're gonna use any type of article.
Yeah. But I ain't I gotta go. That's all I got for this. You got any closing words about all this shit?
Hey man, we live in a dangerous world. And if you don't think for yourself, you might get ate up.
I mean, that's true. Andrew Schultz tweet summarized what they are trying to do with Rogan. If this racist shit don't stick, they would go to homophobia and sexual harassment next.
Exactly.
That's all.
Do whatever it takes. But they're just using all the different groups that they know have some type of clout or power and use them. But they don't care about these groups, bro. They pander to you. And then when they need you, they're like, hey, look, this person don't care about you. But then ain't got nothing to do. They're not counseling them because of that. It's so disgusting and like manipulative how they do it. Cause like it's hard to kind of explain to someone like the process of it. Cause it's like this reverse psychology type shit. Like it's not super complex when you got common sense, but trying to explain it to somebody is like, oh my God. It's like these loopholes that you got to go through to finally break it fully down to somebody. And most people don't have that. what do you call attention span to keep up. Honestly, bro.
I mean, that's just the way it is, man. So, that's my thoughts on it. That's I probably go like I might go live. Like I've been doing my little nightly lives, like when I get off. So I might go do my I got other shit to talk about tonight too. But I might actually go into depth about the comments that I got, just because I think this shit's so funny. Like it's like a multitude. It's like I guess now I'm Candace Owens or Jesse Lee Peterson now. I'm fucking.
Hey, man,
I guess so.
I hope so because they getting them bread.
That's what he said, and he was like, "If you start praising the overlord Trump, you'll be a millionaire by the end of the year." It's like I don't praise anybody, bro. I just look at each situation as different situations, and I judge them like it's just crazy because it'd be like what I said. It's like a motherfucker don't watch you, so you didn't see when I was saying Candace Owens was disgusting for trying to like correlate or like I'm gonna read this guy's rap sheet right after he got killed. It's like that's nasty. Or when the Steven Crowder guy reenacted George Floyd kneeling on the neck saying, "Oh well, look, this couldn't have killed you." That's disgusting. Like you don't see none of that shit. But I do this one thing about Rogan. It's like, "Oh, you're all like shut the fuck up, bitch. You don't
like people will draw their full conclusion about you just off like
one video." I have over 500 videos on my channel about a plethora of topics, but that's that one to get you the Uncle Tom Award. But anyways, that's all I got, man. Appreciate you guys for watching this emergency broadcast. We had to get in here. But like I said, this Wednesday, Rihanna, Beyonce, Bryce is Rihanna. I'm Beyonce. We'll see you there for the verses. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.